Coriander pass just to get warmed up, okay? So I'm gonna essentially start with my hands on the inside of his knees. I'm gonna step to the outside, swing my other foot back and around, put it by his belt. If you want, you can take the third step and then go up. And then I'm gonna go through the other side. So essentially I'm pushing his leg while I'm coming around, and then I can come back. I wanna make sure that if I'm doing it this way, that I'm always blocking my shin up against his thigh so that he can't bring it back inside, right? And I'm blocking here. You can, if you prefer to go this foot first, you can come across this way if you like that better, that's okay. But I want you guys just to get that motion down first. All right, let's try that out. 1, 2, 3, let's go. This time we're gonna start the same way, sort of, except instead of standing square in front of him, I'm gonna put one foot in the middle. Okay, one foot in the middle, one foot back. I get the same grips, okay? Instead of trying to go around him, I'm gonna go through. So we're gonna make those same grips. I'm gonna step to the outside. So my first step is the middle, outside, and then I'm gonna just kind of lazy and light for the first couple. Knee slides in, so this arm goes across and under. I'm gonna slide out, pull his arm up. Once I've passed, now I can go to both knees if I want to, okay? So again, foot to the center, and slide through, okay? And then I come right back, and I'm gonna try the other side. So the other foot comes through, and slide off that side, okay? Got it? Let's try, 1, 2, 3. And then we'll come. Start this similar kind of position. We start with our foot inside. We're just like we're gonna do a knee pass, except before I drop my right hip, I'm gonna feel like, oh, he's gonna hook my ankle here, right? So he kind of hooks on, and I kind of feel that happening. So when I'm starting to come through and I kind of feel that, I'm gonna switch. So instead of my right hip and right elbow, I'm gonna put my left elbow and left hip. So I wanna do this before I go all the way down. If I go all the way down, then I try, you'll see my knee kind of gets trapped and can't turn back that way, okay? So as I'm coming in, I'm gonna start, and I feel that happening, I switch, and I start rotating my knee up, put my left hip, left elbow here, and now I'm gonna bump his knee or grab it, and then start bringing my foot all the way up and back, okay? So for this, guys, if I go inside here and I start to do this, and maybe hangs on a little tighter than I was hoping, I'm like, oh, I thought I could get out with this, it's hard to get out. There's several other options for me. I can just bring my knee back across the other side, and now essentially I have 3/4 mount or quarter guard, we call this. Now I can push it back, and I don't know if you guys remember, we did the dip wrap, the back take a little while ago. So this move here, come in, do the same kind of thing. Step, I feel him hanging on to me, so I turn my hip, my opposite hip, opposite elbow. Grab or bump, and start fighting this open. If I need to, I can use my knee, and then a big step. If I don't do the big step, right, if I just do here, he's gonna come up as soon as I start to step out. So I clear my foot, if I do a little step, he rolls me. I need to go here, because that's where my weight's gonna wanna go. Okay? Any questions, guys? Let's try it a couple. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Now we've done a bunch of kind of guard passes, and we've done all these various things. Hopefully it helps a lot with when you're trying to pass the guard. But let's say I get here and he clamps down, and I can't bring my knee, so I'm here. So what I like to do in this place is I sit kind of far out on his knee, and I pull this arm up. Lastly, I pull my foot way out far. If I put my hip on his hip, he can turn me and knock me this way, okay? So I'm not on his hip, I'm on his knee. So even though David's super strong, probably doesn't spend a whole lot of time at the gym, open leg machine, right? That one, okay? So it's hard for people to like kick over that way. They're just not that strong right here to bring a body over there. But if my legs are close, it's more likely. So I keep my weight over here for a balance and extra weight over there. And this I pull up. The reason I'm doing this is so now he's essentially twisted. He can't go to his left because I'm sitting here, and he can't go to his right because I'm pulling this up. So I have a cross angle. So this hip and that shoulder are pinned, right? Just by doing this. Now I'm gonna take my free hand here, and I'm gonna swim it all the way under behind his neck. Can I have you guys come on this side just to make sure that you guys see what I'm trying to do? And I'm gonna go all the way inside this collar. Okay, from the bottom collar all the way around until I get to the back of his head. Okay, so don't try and just grab, well, this is as far as I can get. Okay, this is with your arm straight. I want you to like snake it all the way back there. Okay, all the way back. So when I do this, again, my weight goes to my shoulder. Okay, my weight's not as much on my hip as it is my shoulder. I'm pulling and driving into him. Okay, so I'm pulling him this way. Now, once I feel like I'm far enough with this hand, guys, this hand is super important. Make sure you're going as far as you can. Okay, now I'm gonna clamp on the top. I pull up with this arm so that it goes to the front of his neck, right? I'm gonna grab and pin this one down, okay? And my ear goes to my ear. My ear goes to his ear, and I'm pulling my elbows in and then making this pinch as I go. Okay, so I'm grabbing on here, grabbing here, and these are like little scissors. So I'm trying to collapse that and pull it in. If I go just straight like this, it opens up that. Okay, I do want to be in the front of his neck though. I'm not trying to hurt the muscles on the sides of his neck. I want to be in this front angle, this little V, this triangle in the front. So again, pulling up, dig deep, 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 shoulder pressure. This is going to be important. It's going to be one of the harder things for you to find. And then I grab, and if I need to, I can shake and bake a little bit to make sure I get under that chin, and then lift this bottom elbow and drop this top elbow. Okay? Sometimes I get here and he starts fighting like this. So I'll take this hand and I'll grab his elbow, push it across. And now I can usually do it with one arm and I just spin. I can do it like this and fold his head and just pull up in this position and get that. Lastly, when I'm getting in here, sometimes he'll forget about his foot, or about my foot rather. Okay, so I'm starting to choke and I can just pass and finish here. The beautiful thing about this choke, guys, is if I end up on mount, great, I can finish. If I end up on bottom, fine, I'm still finishing. Okay, I'm gonna just hang on for dear life as long as my first hand is where I want it. As long as I got my first hand behind the back of his neck, 4 fingers inside. Okay, so let's do that one more time. I step in, I go to pass, he pinches, I'm like, I'm stuck. So I sit here, keep my foot up far. Go all the way back, and dig until I feel the tag or the back of his neck. And now I clamp and tight. If he starts to fight me, pull it across, finish here, pin his head, so I'm just palm on his back here, and then lift, okay? Or I'll pass and finish the same way. Okay, so it's like a modified Darce choke, okay, if this happens to be in here. So I'm using his shoulder to pinch this one, my arm pinching the bottom one.
Can you go deep on it too?
You can, but I don't usually, I have better success with just using the collars.
Okay.
Okay? Any questions, you guys?
One other question.
Yes, please.
When are you grabbing, like, because a lot of times, like, if you were in defensive, you're going to keep that hand kind of back.
Yeah,
so when do you grab that?
So sometimes what I'll do is I'll put my foot here. Go ahead, grab my.
Okay. There you go.
Right. I'm like, hey, come with me.
Because I was wondering what if he had it down by his knee.
Yeah, so, and if he knows better, he'll keep it inside even my knee, right? Because he wants to come out that way. But if I commit to this knee slice and he has an underhook, I'm going to lose this battle. He's going to have my back.
Okay,
so I don't even bother committing unless I have that underhook. Okay, so I'll pull up and just get the finish right here. Okay, questions, anyone else? No? All right, let's try. Thank you, sir. 1, 2, 3.